in for something very special. So it's down to business here. Melbourne City have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times, they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course, they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs. But if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
And here's Hullet. Hullet! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And here's Ronaldinho. And he's made sure that's not getting through. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Melbourne City clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Ronaldinho. And this is Hazard. Oh, that's fabulous. No outsmarting him this time. And it's Hazard. Neither side yet able to find the net. And he's in on goal. Looking for the run. Chance! And he's done it! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Can he finish? It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And this is how... It's Hazard! Oh, it's hit the post. And needless to say, that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And no, he's seen through all of that. Looking for options for movement. Hazard is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And here's Hullet. Now it's Tonali. Conte. And here's the chance to counter. Can he get it through? And he was quick to react. Tonali. Neymar. And here's Suarez. Oh, some astute defending there. Oh, that is... And the whistle goes for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. Down to business again.
Los Angeles can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Hullet! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Hullet is offering a wry smile there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And that should get the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. It's Salah! It's a goal! And this is getting better and better. It looked as though it'd gone too wide. He wasn't having that, though, and somehow he found the angle.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
Melbourne City are doing very nicely, thank you.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now they have it. Los Angeles clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Tries to play it through. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Hullet. Conte.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose. Goes for a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Now it's Ronaldinho. Jordan Henderson. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Just about up to 75 minutes. He's shifting through the gears here. Decent chance! And that's a tidy finish. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So could they be onto something here? Vermeer. Jordan Henderson has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Timber. Great vision. Didn't quite work for him. Jordan Henderson. Timber. Out of play for a throw. Jordan Henderson. Now Salah. Can he get on the end of this? And here's Lopez.
That's going in strongly.
Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Cruyff. Harrison makes the interception. Melbourne City clearly now in lead preservation mode. Can he latch on to this? Mohamed Salah. He is through here. Applies the finish. And that's it. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Things already rolling. Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence and a big, big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too. Such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect of everyone, teammate and opponents alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Little doubt, that is a foul. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
And that is out of play. Now it's Messi. And he's been shifted off it. Out for a throw. And it's Hullet. And here's Hullet. He's in one on real chance. And he's done it. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Hullet showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Mbappe! And he's had a shot! He's got a goal! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Palmeiras restore parity. Well, and the shot! It's a loose ball. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And it's Kimmich. Kimmich stood his ground strongly. And he's taking no chances there. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Neymar, very much a man of this moment. Rijkaard demonstrating his defensive quality there. Cristiano Ronaldo. Five minutes till the break. Tries one from range. And he thumps it clear. Saliba gets over and intercepts. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Xavi Alonso. Kimmich. Mbappe. Oh, this is a great position. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any thoughts on all this so far, Jim?
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. The second half is up and running.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's Neymar. Good running, strong and purposeful. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected. It's a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And he gets rid in a hurry. And now a sudden chance to counter. Cristiano Ronaldo looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe! Messi is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Oh, well measured. He's on it. Can he get away? It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And this is Hullet.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
In with the challenge.
This is the time you need that pace.
Xavi Alonso. Now it's Gerrard. Mbappe! Mbappe! And he couldn't finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Kimmich is always looking to break lines. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Luis Suarez.
Los Angeles clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Oh, he's bustling through here. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Neymar. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. He has found the way through. Oh, sweet feet. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. This is intriguing. Next goal, critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Chance for a shot! Time added on will be 2 minutes. And here's Bale. Cafu. Van der Ven. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And we're underway. Bebeto, one half, of course, of one of the deadliest strike partnerships in history.
Yeah, he's the perfect fit for a fox-in-the-box type player, as he's got surprisingly good vision and an eye for a pass that allowed him to play more creative roles.
Whilst remaining, of course, a genuinely prolific goal scorer. Tries a shot! And he's done it!
Can you think of a better way to have started this game? Talk about how to stamp your authority on things. You've just seen it.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So, a breakthrough already. Mbappe! And it's in! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
It's starting to look very interesting, this. And the finish! And that would have been some goal.
Oh, what a chance. And after doing all the hard work as well, he'll be kicking himself here. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Getting up there! It's in! And they get themselves in front! Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Melbourne City have their lead. Hullet. Showing good feet. Driven in. He leaps for it. And the header is disappointing in the end.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Neymar. Lovely. Now then. Can he finish? And it's in. 3. He is flying. A vast presence. And there is no stopping him. Oh, one moment you're in possession. The next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Clinical. Just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
And a chance! Wonderful from Bebeto! That is a gem! An absolute gem!
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Driving forward. And this is Ronaldo. Varane did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And Bebeto! And yes, it's there! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
And now he has 2. It's turning into quite a gem, this. Cristiano Ronaldo! And it's a goal! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted.
And that is indeed the final act. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So let's get the ball rolling. Tries to get it clear. And here's Azar. Van der Ven gets across to intercept that. Can he get on the end of this? Wan-Bissaka. And it's Tonali. Now it's Hullet. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Chance! Oh, no, a quite unbelievable miss.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Hullet. Cristiano Ronaldo being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Vieira. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, they've got it again. Neymar gets on his bike and on the move. And it's Vieira. Vieira! Well taken goal. And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
So changes afoot here and from both sides. So the lead now is 2.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now. And surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
And he's managed to get free. Well, the movement is slick. The speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Dani Olmo. Can he finish? Goal! Back to within 1. Interesting. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played.
Oh, terrible pass. And he's found a way past. That's going to go a long way. Referee's given a throw. Looking for the far post. Terrific effort! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
Time added on 4 minutes. And he's quick to snatch it back. And for Grealish. He's had a shot! And that's a tidy finish. And right near the end, we have parity. Minimal lapse, maximum punishment. How that hurts.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
And there goes the final whistle. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Javier Zanetti will be having a very busy game for sure, Peter. He'll be raiding the flanks all game long, if he's allowed to, of course. But if he starts beating people and getting balls into the box consistently, I can only see one winner here.
And he does it with such an unassuming demeanour. He makes the ordinary look beautiful, doesn't he?
He does, absolutely. His game is just laced with moments of sheer brilliance.
And it's Conte. Knocks it into space. Here comes the corner.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
That's a decent clearance. Deftly away. Melbourne City have the chance to go the other way. He's shifting through the gears here. Real chance! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. He's rising! Goal! Certain, searing, and imperious.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Oh, that's a key interception. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, super ball! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
Well, they scored their first goal from a corner. What about now? Cleared away. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Lopez. Fermin. Oh, can he get onto this? And he's only too happy to take that back. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Bullet. And a shot! Conte.
Motherwell always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Hullet. Aimed beyond the defence. And he's straight offside. Distributed tidily. Aubameyang going forward. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's a little off target. Nicely weighted ball. Picked out brilliant. Tries a shot! Well taken goal. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Messi joining us now, a player, of course, who needs no introduction.
Now, that's what you call a luxury addition, to be able to summon someone of this calibre.
So that's 2 now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Tonali is behind this one. An opportunity then to pull clear here. Messi! Oh, that is a fair try. And it's half-time.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Melbourne City are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. The second half is up and running. Messi! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Oh, full marks for that effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Silvestre. Looking for options for movement. And smartly reclaimed. Lopez. He's on it. He's having a shot! It's a goal! Barely into the second half. And already it is heating up. That was a given. It always was.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Just one in it now.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And a neat finish. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
And now he has two. So the lead now is 2.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Can he get it through? And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Melbourne City, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. And that could set him on his way. And a chance! Sensational from Isak! A finish right from the top draw. Back to within 1. Interesting. Ah, that is out of this world. Terrific improvisation and execution.
Wow. Just wow. I'm speechless. Totally speechless.
Motherwell cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
He's picked his way through. And this is Neymar. Oh, that's fabulous. Vermeer. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Isak.
Motherwell really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Shoots! Zanetti with the clearance. And they've switched it over to the other side.
Good switch, that.
And here's Neymar. He is through here. He slid in, and that has raised the temperature on the touchline. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And it's Hullet. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Melbourne City really wanted that 2-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And it's played forward. And here's Lopez. Silvestre. That's gone for a throw-in. Not much subtlety about that challenge. And that's it. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things already rolling. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling... Decent chance! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
And he's been shifted off it. Neymar. That was good pressing. Forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And he shoots! And it's a goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Melbourne City are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Now, what about a counter-attack? And it's Neymar. Couldn't squeeze it through. Hullet powering forward. Tries one from range. Ruud Hullet, beyond special. What a player! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. That is remarkable. All square in a matter of moments.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it in.
Oh, that's a brilliant finish, Peter. Such a satisfying one from his perspective, knowing he hit it so beautifully.
It's starting to look very interesting, this. Oh, shooting chance! Goal, Norway! And again they hit the front. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Norway leading now. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Villa, and here's Yamal. Hullet. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, nice touch. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Vieira, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And here's Yamal. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Hullet could move up a gear here. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Pavard spots it and intercepts. Distributed tidily. Adams. Yamal. So a temporary halt to the action. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So straight into the second half.
Melbourne City really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Messi ventures forward. Hullet, looking for the run. Neymar. Courtois claims comfortably. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Hullet, renowned for his long-range shooting. Norway appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Tries the cross.
Melbourne City really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And he's heaved it away. Kimmich. Best. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And he has been fouled there.
Well, not the best way to deal with it, but The old threat of pace clearly made him feel a tad uncomfortable.
Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this.
Yeah, plenty of jostling in that box. They just need a good delivery.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Over to the right flank. And this is Pele. And it's played. And the shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Now it's Pele. No, that's been intercepted.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Now it's Pele. Gets a good foot in there. Pele was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Great vision. Van Dijk calmly anticipates. Toni Kroos.
Norway really wanted that 2-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Melbourne City claiming a corner, and the referee concurs.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
Defending of the desperate variety. And there goes their last chance. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Cristiano Ronaldo really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
That is good alertness. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking for the run. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Tries to pass it through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Out for a throw. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Applies the finish! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
That is good progress on the left. Steaming on. Bullet! Goal! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, what a hit, Peter. And there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured. It was simply inch perfect.
Melbourne City have fired themselves in front.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Scholes. Serginho finding himself in space. And we have our very first corner. And that has been knocked clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. That is a great pick out. And this is Hullet. And Hullet! Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Lovely. Now then. He's having a shot! Fallen! That is a beauty! He's got himself an absolute peach. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Cannavaro, defend. Hullet! Ruud Hullet! Beyond special! What a player! Oh, that was sharp. Deliciously sharp.
Oh, that's a brilliant finish, Peter. Such a satisfying one from his perspective, knowing he hit it so beautifully.
Melbourne City leading now. Serginho is looking to influence the game from out wide. Serginho, and he's managed to get free. Oh, good effort! Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Melbourne City ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. So straight into the second half. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Bonucci clears it away. And it's Eze.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Harrison was in no mood for any of that.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And the ball's come loose here. Oh, he's following up. He's got a goal. They've done it again. It is incredible.
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So again, we have parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
He's in a good position. And Messi! And a neat finish. And they're back in front. Stylish in the extreme. A delicious goal.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
Melbourne City have their lead. Forlan.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity...
Forlan!
Forlan just dropped the shoulder to engineer the feint. Now he'll have to shoulder the blame.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Scholes. Can he get it through? He's in a great position here.
Manchester really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Eze will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And the pass is intercepted. Serginho. Scholes gets into a good position. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Has a look and plays it forward. He's found a way through. Drive and Aubameyang! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
That was some seriously slick play. Pretty much textbook apart from the finish. Very impressive movement.
He is through here. Real chance. And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Oh, great leap! Oh, it rattles the bar. And he can thump it away. Owen. Hernus. And that's been it. And that will be it. Melbourne City have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Melbourne City really were very impressive in the way they found pockets of space in those key areas. They were able to get the runners in, and that proved decisive.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, we're on the way.
Roberto Carlos, Peter, might have had more of an impact on the world game than any other fullback before or since.
In what regard?
Well, with his pace, skills and his overlapping runs, he effectively revolutionised the role. He turned the fullback into a vital attacking weapon. It inspired so many players to be just like him.
And this is Hullet. Hullet! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Could move up a gear here. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's burst through. Shoots! He's scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Mateus duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place.
Oh, they could be caught out here. He's beaten the last Rummenigge! And that's a tidy finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Madrid are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And he's quick to snatch it back. Knocks it into space. And that is out and behind. It's a good block.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And he thumps it clear. Rijkaard gets it clear. And they're quick to get it back. Cristiano Ronaldo. He's shifting through the gears here. A lot of space. Oh, shooting chance! He's got a goal! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
And Hullet! Superb from Hullet! A finish of true class! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Goes for a shot! And yes, it's there! And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Melbourne City are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Cristiano Ronaldo! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Cristiano Ronaldo is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 2 then. That's put paid to the danger. And it's Tonali. Great chance! Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Oh, that is a fair try. And it's half-time. Well, it's all been about one man so far. The stage is very much his. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Melbourne City leading just about at the break. It's too close for comfort. It's 3-2. So right back into the action. Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Platini.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And it's Hullet. Now it's Tonali. Hullet. Gilberto Silva with the clearance. Messi, very much a man of this moment. That has ended up in no man's land. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And he was quick to react. Guardiola. And here's Eto'o. Eto'o. And he can clear it away. And smartly reclaimed. Now there's a fine ball. It's Eto'o! It's hit the upright. Not a bad try by any means.
Eto'o certainly got the pace he wanted on that, but not the all-important bend.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Aimed beyond the defence. Terrific save by Abbiati! And he hits the net! Again, we are level! What a contest!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage. Fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
And very quickly, there's the shot! It's a goal! And the comeback is complete! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
So we have a decent chance! And he's stuck it away! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
And it's Cruyff. Now it's Puskas. Puskas! Superb from Puskas! A finish right from the top draw. What a turn of events! We have a match here, all right. It is an epic. You just know there is no stopping that.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Melbourne City have their lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Guardiola is always looking to break lines.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Well read, nice interception. And this is Ronaldo. Oh, easy pickings there. deftly away. And that will be the final act. Melbourne City have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
I take this every week, Peter. What a fabulous game. It's amazing no matter how much they were down. They never lost focus, never looked beaten.
My thanks to Jim. We both... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So we're up and running.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Bonucci promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
No, he refuses to take the bait. Ah, good steal. He just read it. And this is Hullet. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Can he finish? Goal! Barcelona! And there is your opener.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And this is Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Towering header. And he hits the net. And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Oh, he's having a go. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, what has happened here? Hullet was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Knocks it into space. Goes for a shot! Is it in? Yes, it's an own goal.
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you'll have to take whatever way it comes. And
chance! And there's a goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
It is compelling, this. Utterly compelling.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Shot a goal! It's there! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Melbourne City leading now. Timber did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Hullet. And Hullet! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And this could be the final action of the first half. And that is out of play. Played in. And the referee has blown for half-time. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
Well, this has been a half full of thrills, and the margins are tight. Just one in it, 3-2 at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Salah. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo making a dash for it. Neymar. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Now, that looks a decent ball. He is through here. Another chance from a corner.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Pullet attempts a clearance. Stood up well to him there. Melbourne City have the chance to go the other way. He has found the way through. Terrific effort! And it's in! They've done it again! It is incredible!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Bonucci makes the interception.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Iniesta is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
He won't be happy with that one. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, he's been caught napping! Deftly away. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's shifting through the gears here.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Zanetti. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he's going to have his name taken. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. Now, this could be a pivotal moment. Dying minutes, free kick, great position. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. That is some save from De Gea. Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well. It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
Maldini tries to clear. Cruyff has it out wide. Oh, good effort! Not a bad try by any means.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. There will be 4 extra minutes. Searching passes played there. And this is Drogba! Now, who's going to be... In he goes again! Oh, that could be pivotal! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
That's at the end. Melbourne City can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off. Well, after all of that, Jim, what do you... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
I'd say Petr. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in...
Real chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He came in hard, very hard. Messi. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Ronaldo. Neymar. Oh, shooting chance! And he's done it! And there is your opener. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Shimizu S-Pulse are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That's destined for the flank. Silvestre got a long way forward to join the attack. And this is Eto'o. Eto'o! It's Eto'o! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Shimizu S-Pulse with the corner. They're first. Cleared without hesitation. And it's Yaya Toure. Nice interception, well timed. And now a sudden chance to counter. Aimed beyond the defence. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Half an hour played now. And that's going wide left. Silvestre. Here comes the cross. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. And the counter is on. Bruno Fernandes, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Melbourne City are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Hullet. Hullet! It's in! A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip.
It's Eto'o! And there's a goal! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Eto'o! Oh, that was no routine save.
Eto'o is offering a wry smile there.
This possibly the last play of the half. Bonucci tries to clear. And that signals the end of the first period. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Melbourne City ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. And we are back underway. And he's been shifted off it. Bruno Fernandes, who is rarely short on confidence. Hullet charging forward, the ball at his feet. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Plays a shot. Decent chance! And that's a good finish. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
It's turning into quite a gem, this. And Puskas! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Puskas clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
So, third corner of the game. Timber can get it clear. And this is Puskás. They're urging him to shoot. Melbourne City have the chance to go the other way. Tries to play it through. Oh, lovely bit of skill. And he's had a shot! And that's in! And they're back in front! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive. The finish, exquisite.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he's going to have his name taken. So, another set play. So, who's he going to be aiming for here? Robertson. Oh, important interception. Vieira clears without hesitation. Distributed tidily. And he's cut it out. Robertson. Bruno Fernandes plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Just about up to 75 minutes. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And here's Eto'o. Knocks it out wide.
That's going in strongly. Shimizu Espul's really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Lobbed in behind. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Messi. Now it's Hullet. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Tries to pass it through. Ronaldo picks it up out wide. Elects to cross. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Eto'o. And they can counter here. There won't be another chance after this one. And here's Hullet. And he gets rid in a hurry. And that is that. Melbourne City have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Messi taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway.
It's a privilege to see the defensive great that is Franco Baresi.
Absolutely.
A marvellous tactical brain married to good pace and a technical ease.
Messi. Tonali. Tonali. Now there... Cristiano Ronaldo! They've scored!
What a super start. A total shocker for the opponents. Talk about how to wrestle control. That's how you do it.
That is a super smooth goal. Beautiful manoeuvring of the ball and splendid authority in the finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
I doubt... There's the header! No, not the best of headers. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Quarter of an hour played. Just eases him off the ball. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And the finish! That was mighty close. And it's Xavi Alonso. Costa Curta. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rijkaard. Sir Roberto. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Neymar. Vieira. And that was nowhere near his best. Adriano. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Adriano. Vieira shows great strength. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Oh, he's found support out wide. Baresi does well not to be outdone there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Melbourne City just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Melbourne City are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Melbourne City leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, he's been caught. Has another go! And it's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Barcelona restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
He's had a shot! Rummenigge! That is just brilliant! About as smooth as it gets. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
And now he has two. Barcelona have their lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue. Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Oh, that... It! And a neat finish. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So again, we have parity.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Oh, what's he giving here? And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. And that's going to be a booking. Look at bemusement and dismay from the culprit, but the referee clearly thinks there was enough there for a penalty.
Yeah, in truth there, it was carelessness and I think a little touch of panic, Peter, in that challenge. That usually leads to something unwanted.
Drama over the penalty spot. Goal! Barcelona! Not a twitch, not a blink.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It was definitely a brave call by the referee to give that penalty, and I think the way this game has gone, it could easily turn out to be the decisive moment.
And it's Olmo. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And this is Puskás.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Melbourne City really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Now it's Dani Olmo. That ball looks a good one. David Villa. Park Ji-sung is one whose deliveries we all know about. Nicely aimed pass. Engaged. And that is as far as it goes. Melbourne City played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated. So there it is. What struck you most about that? Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then. We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
Great chance! Rice. Mbappe. He's gone for goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Defending of the desperate variety. And now a sudden chance to counter. Messi. Silvestre. Ambitious ball here. And it's Rice. Plays a sharp... Big chance! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. It's their second corner of the game. Messi goes short. And he's gone backward. He's having a hit! And he couldn't quite find the target.
Just couldn't quite control it. Nothing wrong with the height and the contact.
Messi. Neither side yet able to find the net. Eze. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And it's Timber. Picked out brilliantly. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Vieira did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Messi. Not the most accurate pass. Vieira. And it's Hullet. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Adams did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. De Ligt kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Silvestre. Eze. Rice. Short changes him with that pass. Timber. Messi. Timber. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. And that signals the end of the first period.
এই কথাটা তো আমি
A
আগেই
decent enough
বলেছি
half, but
যে
neither side
তখন
able to
মানে
get on the score sheet.
দিনটা ঠিকঠাক
Time for
চলছে
some
না,
fresh
ম্যাচটা
ideas in the
ঠিকঠাক
second
চলছে না,
period,
তখন খেলা
perhaps.
বন্ধ করে দিবি, খেলবি না।
So
জেদ
neither
করে না
side
হয়ে
yet
যাবে, পরের
off the
ম্যাচটাকে
mark.
ঠিকঠাক করে খেলে
Well,
নেবো,
this
ওই
will
যাও
have given them a
পরেও
chance to
দেখছিস
look
যখন
for
হবে
any
না
potential
বন্ধই।
holes
এই
and
কথাটা তো
weaknesses
আমি
in the
আগেই বলেছি
opposition.
যে
Something
তখন
that will
মানে
bear fruit once the teams come out
দিনটা
again, I'm
ঠিকঠাক
sure,
চলছে না,
Peter.
ম্যাচটা ঠিকঠাক চলছে না, তখন
So
খেলা
both
বন্ধ
teams
করে দিবি,
still
খেলবি
stuck
না।
on the starting
তো
blocks
জেদ
here.
করে না হয়ে যাবে,
0-0
পরের
at the
ম্যাচটাকে
break.
ঠিকঠাক করে খেলে নেবো, ওই যাও করেও দেখছিস যখন হবে না বন্ধই করে দিই টোটাল পুরো। হবে না হবে না, আরে এমন এইতে থোড়ি তো আর নয় যে তোর কাছে ফুল পেড টিম আছে তাও তোর কাছে কোনো লাভ কিছু হচ্ছে না তোর। সেরকম হলে না মানা যেত যে না তোরই গন্ডগোল আছে, ঠিক আছে, তোর তো ফুল পেড টিম না, তাহলে তোর ডিফেন্স লাইনে কোনো কিছু ঠিকই নেই কিছু। ওই বনুচি ও মাল মানে এরিয়ালিতে
Second
কিছু
period is
নিতেই পারছে না,
underway.
দু একটা গোল যারা দেখলাম
So the first
বলতো
half
খাবি
brought
সব
no
ডিফেন্ডারই,
goals.
তাহলেও তাও মনে হচ্ছে এটা মানে এমনি ঠিক আছে গ্রাউন্ডে, বাট এরিয়ালি যেমন পাচ্ছে না আমার দাদা, তখন হবে না সোজা কথা তখন বন্ধ করে দেবে।
Timber.
আমি এখন কথা বলছি, হ্যাঁ এখন ধর হচ্ছে না হচ্ছে তাও খেলবো, হারবো কি আছে
For Rice.
তোর সাথে তোকে তো করলে সেটা হবে না তাহলে।
Neymar. Now it's Hullet. He is through here. Neymar. Eze, tantalisingly brilliant, at times unstoppable. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Rummenigge and the shot! In he goes again! And he's really put himself on the line here. So, third corner of the game. They want to be quick to recover this. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. So their fourth corner of the game. Arsenal given another corner.
Well, their corner count's rising, but not their goal count. They can improve.
Melbourne City have the chance to go the other way. Neymar. And here's Messi. Rice, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And Hullet! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Timber. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Eze. That's a pretty loose pass. And it's been played through. This might spell danger. Oh, shoot! And yes, it's there! And late in the day, a telling moment.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted. And they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Melbourne City have penetrated for the first time.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. Rummenigge looking for option, surely! And that's in! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So they have it all to do again.
Arsenal really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Eze. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And that is that. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner, of course. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So that's got things underway. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation. It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
No, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise. It's a huge moment for the game and a shocking moment for him personally, but it happened at the best possible time. This is recoverable.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you'll have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Nunez! Neymar running with the ball. And he's got the beating of his man. He's having a shot! And there's a goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Neymar. Neymar! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Neymar can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Rijkaard wins the duel this time. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. He might be in here! Oh, shooting chance! Chance again? No.
Melbourne City really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Madrid are looking to go forward now. Played out wide. And he's had it nicked away. That's a lovely, neat pass. And that's really well manoeuvred. Nicely weighted ball. Goes for a shot! And that's a good finish. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. How smart was that? Such a delicate finish.
That's just downright fabulous. Both the disguise and the control, and then that gentle scoop.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another?
Rijkaard cuts out the pass. Shapes to shoot! Goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
Madrid dragged themselves back again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And he is dashing away. And that brings the first half to a close. Melbourne City are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
Well, it has been a high-octane first half, full of action, both sides with 2 goals going in at half-time. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Melbourne City are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his halftime team talk.
Skillfully cut out. Messi! They want to be quick to recover this. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Oh, good climb! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. De Ligt picks it up from the goal kick. It's a really well-measured ball. Tries to pass it through. Maicon is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And the finish! And that's a tidy finish. And they've got their lead back. Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Terrific effort! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Engages and forces him off the ball. And it's Rijkaard. Now that looks a decent ball. Chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stops.
A wonderful ball to play him in like that. Great pace, into feet, nearly superb.
Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now, can they get him away? De Ligt makes the interception. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Neymar. Cristiano Ronaldo.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Vieira gets across to intercept that. Couldn't squeeze it through. Messi.
This is actually quite a courageous move and, I'll add, ambitious.
Oh, good effort! And a neat finish! It's level again! What a match we have!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
Devoid of any complexity, but boy, was that certain.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
So again, we have parity.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Now it's Neymar. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Shoots! Oh, wow, that's crazy! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it in.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, for a defender, Peter, Andy Robertson's style of play is more akin to that of a wing-back or even a wide attacker. Time after time, you see him make those overlaps, those marauding runs, providing support, the essential piece in any team looking to play on the front foot.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Rummenigge. Now it's Van Basten. He's Rummenigge! He's got away with one there.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Park Ji-sung proves just a little bit too strong. Kimmich. Rummenigge. And it's made its way to him. And it's Neymar. And here's Hullet. Van der Ven does really well to win the ball there. Melbourne City, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. No outsmarting him this time. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Rummenigge knocks it out wide. And the shot! Oh, crossbar! He's had a shot! Oh, needed to be more decisive in the end.
Rizal cannot be that slow. And it took the sting out of the break and a big chance wasted.
And the shot! Goal! Barcelona! And there is your opener. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment. Shoot! And that's a tidy finish. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
It was thrashed in, the crispest of hits.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Rummenigge. And it's Nedved. Oh, that's well spotted. Vieira. And Neymar. Vieira. Nedved. Kimmich is the team's great visionary. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Oh, he's having a go! It's loose. Oh, it's fallen loose again! Oh, that is a fair try. And it's half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. There's the whistle then to start the second half. That is lovely. Tries a shot! Superb from Rizal!
I kind of had a feeling it was going to be him, Peter. He's one of those players who has a natural knack of reading the tide of a game, and he knew it was his time to make his mark. Sensational.
And wow, he has given that a right old hit.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
Barcelona have their lead. They've got a throw in. Melbourne City needing a change of fortune here.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And it's Park Ji-sung. Picked out brilliantly.
Melbourne City really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Lovely bit of skill. Rizal. That's very neat. Real chance! And it's in! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly. I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Barcelona go up by 2 and are looking good.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Not the most accurate pass. And here's Hullet. Neymar. Kimmich gets a foot in here. It's a searching pass. Vieira. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Pinches it off him. Kimmich. Into the channel. Rizal providing an outlet on that flank. Just eases him off the ball. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Takes a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And no mistake. Back within 1. They have them in their sights again. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Melbourne City cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Stood up well to him there. Puskás can so cleverly bypass the press.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Great chance! And how good was that? Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And surely now, the result beyond doubt. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest.
And Messi! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And that will be it. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable.